They're trying to
They
close your
said the
case for as
steroids
cheap
don't
as
be helping
possible.
for
And the
other
worst part
people.
is, most people don't even know they're getting lowballed. I saw.
So, first impression of the enhanced games? That was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it? 42 athletes competed across 18 events, and we saw one measly world record, an event that the same guy already broke the world record in last year. Dude just got paid $1 million to beat his PB. So if you think about it that way, this was an even bigger disaster than it already was.
Wow.
This whole event's marketing was centered around athletes juiced to the gills. World records would be smashed.
My PB is 976. I would destroy the world record soon.
But as the event was slowly creeping towards an end, without a world record at this point, the casters were already dampening the blows with some pretty hard coats.
And I think a lot of people have come into today expecting world records to drop. Training for 4 months. They were able to enhance for 2 months. It's not a defeat. It is an example of you can enter into a protocol, clinical oversight with enhancers and step into it. So I would.
From smashing world records to look at these older athletes hitting PBs, not a very good look.
59-4 backing up. That's 34 years of age.
To be fair, that is an impressive feat, but probably not the one they were looking for. They were also
You could have did that without the drugs. You didn't need drugs to do that, nigga.
wearing laser swimsuits, the ones that were banned in 2010 or 2009 after
Laser?
wearing them broke 93 world records. No other event was able to use banned tech. Sprinters weren't running with bands behind their back or with banned super shoes. Weightlifters didn't use exoskeletons, I guess. Not sure what can illegally help a lifter here. And to be honest, after the whole event, I'd argue swimmers were the only athletes to see a real benefit since they were already using a very effective banned suit. While track athletes specifically saw nothing remotely close to world record, and get this, not even a single personal best. And genuinely, a lot of these athletes had never looked worse, multiple of them having run faster in high school. So, let's take a look at some of these races in case you haven't already. On the men's, Fred Curley went 9.93 in the heats, followed by Matadi and Marvin Bracey Williams, a world champ silver medalist in
That's
10.33.
crazy.
Not looking very promising already. And then the final was just a rerun of the same race. Curley winning the grand prize with a 9.97 this time.
With 4, coming down the stretch. Curley is going to take it.
Because of
Olympic
course
games of steroids.
this isn't a sanctioned race with false starts.
Producing
matter.
zero
so Fred
results.
was noticeably mad after the run, blaming false starts at the unsanctioned drug Olympics for his time just missing the world record, before finally getting on mic and graciously shit-talking his opponents for being enhanced and still not beating him.
Man, they gotta do better than that. They need to train a little harder, get on that shit a little bit more, and go a little harder some more.
Do you think if it would have...
Brother. Talking about train a little harder, get on some of that stuff a little more. Looks like you barely worked for you, my friend. My arm's looking rather thin over there, my buddy.
have gone off first time, you could have had a shot.
I'm ready to run fast.
Which is really rich, coming from a guy serving a ban for dodging drug tests. And believe it or not, on the program they do specify who was racing enhanced, but this basically just means Curley, who wasn't enhanced, wasn't on their protocol specifically. But Fred Curley antics aside, to say this was slow is a severe understatement. I wasn't lying when I said these athletes ran slower than their high school times. Marvin Bracey Williams ran 10.25 in high school, Michael Bryan ran a 10.53 freshman year of college, and Clarence Magnai ran a 10.56 in senior year.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Doing a good job of making enhanced games look shit. I do gotta admit though, if this was a standard track meet, Curley's time is actually a pretty decent season opener considering the time of year. I can honestly say I expected less, considering he isn't race sharp in the slightest. But this isn't that. It's the Drug Olympics after a lot of shameless good talk.
PB is 976. I would destroy the world record soon. I'm very confident. I'm locked in. I'm training good. Body feel good. Who gonna stop me besides myself?
Now, I wouldn't usually go.
I could just tell by the look in his face he smoked weed. He ain't doing all that shit he say he doing. He had a blunt before he showed up to this motherfucking interview, press conference, whatever shoot.
Fred Curley is an utter idiot, and that's me being as polite as possible. No one in the track space had a shred of belief this bozo was going under 9.8, let alone 9.58, because he does this same world record song and dance every year since his 9.76. World record this, then he runs 10 seconds. World record that, Bolt starts, which ironically, he did today in the heats as well. We see it so much, Bolt doesn't even know how to respond anymore. Curly had to go to an entire new space with an audience that didn't know him to start the I'll break the world record charade again. And then he got nowhere near it again. On one hand though, he did walk out with 250k, you can't bag him for that. But yeah, Curly isn't playing a character, he really is just...
I would have went out there and ran too.
Man, they gotta do better than that.
So he was popping it because he wasn't.
You've got
doped
17
up.
different creative subscriptions, pal.
But against doped up
unlimited AI
niggas.
generations and creative stock assets in their ultimate.
I said money, money, money. I can't go without money, money, money. You don't know about money, money, money. I can't see without money. Talking money, I ain't coming unless it's money.